Hello and welcome to a Gawny Vlogs, one of I haven't had in a very long time. Again, obviously, because we do that every time I do a vlog. So, hi everyone. Hope everyone's had a nice Christmas and a nice New Year, and now we're into the start of 2019, and everything's going well so far. Just thought I'd just do a few quick updates because I haven't been around for a while. Been doing lots of other things. Moved into a new job role at work, so that's taken up a lot of my time. Preparing for that and doing lots of things related around that. Really enjoyed the new role so far. We'll see where we go from there. In terms of games, there's been all sorts of games I've been playing. Kingdom Hearts 3 is the main one for the PS4, but played way through that, and I've really enjoyed that game. Been excellent. I think to finish off that whole series, it's been fantastic, really good. I think the problem with it though is it's just literally cutting off the whole rest of the story, finishing off all the little holes and bits and pieces from all the previous games, and I think at the end it kind of suffers for that kind of, in a way. Like, it's sort of, this is the end point, this is how we get to it, and we'll work it out as we get there, is the way it seems to have done, which is kind of strange. But the actual worlds themselves, like the actual Disney worlds and things like that, really fantastic, really enjoy them, really excellently done, and it's taken 15 years for it to come out, but it's here, so woohoo! So, let's talk about a few things. P1-G, which is the next gaming expo which I'll be involved in with Hampshire Gaming Hub. P1-G is based in Portsmouth Guildhall. And basically we got contacted by Portsmouth Guildhall's charity, to say the best way to describe it. We've got contacted by them, and they asked us to help support them put on a event for them. That is what P1-G Gaming Expo will be. It's coming this October, the 5th and 6th of October 2019, so we've got quite a few days to plan a few things out and work a few kinks here and there. But this has also meant that we've had to put Southampton Game Fest on a little bit of a hiatus until then. I thought I'd just give you a few reasons why we've done that. Firstly, this is a huge opportunity for both me and Patrick, and everyone else who's associated with Hampshire Gaming Hub and helped and supported us over the years. This could lead to many different things. This could lead to us actually officially starting Hampshire Gaming Hub as a proper business, because we've never really run it as a business before. It's just a social media group with lots of people who joined in and have fun with it. As a charity sort of esque thing, making money for charity and just doing small events here and there. We've never made any profit out of it. It all goes towards charity, so it's a non-profit organisation so far. So, in terms of Portsmouth Guildhall and why we've gone to them, it's only because they asked us to. That is literally the only reason we are there, and they've given us some fund to help run the show over the 2 days, the 5th and 6th, for both Saturday and Sunday, which has already given me headaches straight away doing 2 days in a row, but we'll see how it goes. But yeah, it's just the fact that it's such a massive opportunity for us to prove that what we can do in a bigger sort of idea kind of thing. And the other reason we sort of did this is to try and sort of say to the Southampton Council themselves and other councils around that, like, look, we can do this sort of event, we can do this big huge event, just give us the backing and we'll provide you a show kind of thing. That's what we're doing here. We want to use this as a backbone to say we can promote ourselves, to say, here, we can do these in bigger cities and other cities and things like that. And I think we could do it. I really do think we can do it. I think with all your support and backing, I think we could definitely get to a stage where we can literally push ourselves into doing stuff bigger and better things. And I've got to say, over the last 5 years of doing Southampton Game Fest through the Hampshire Gaming Hub, from the second year onwards, it's been absolutely manic, absolutely crazy. To go from, I think there was 6 of us at the start, in a little roller disco hall, to having the opportunity to have Portsmouth Guildhall is fantastic for us personally. All of us did really well out of from the first event onwards, and it's not necessarily a financial gain. It's like career gain and things like that as well. I've personally felt more confident in talking to you guys on these forums, like video and podcasts and things, and trying to hype up things on social media. And I think it's worked really well so far, and I've really enjoyed the time I've put into the Hampton Gaming Hub, and what I've got personally out of it, I've really enjoyed. But that being said, these things cost money, they cost time, they cost a lot of things to get set up. And this year to have this budget to spend for this event it's such a relief in a way, that we don't have to find the money to put into these events, to buy the building, buy the tables, buy like all the extras and things we put on for you guys, and paying for other people to come down, and like for instance the coffin that come down for the first Game Fest, Southampton Game Fest. We paid for the coffin itself, we paid for the guys' train tickets down from, I think it was Sunderland way, I might be wrong, I have to double check with Patrick. But yeah, it's like little things like that, and you just like getting people to come down and enjoy the events. We've tried to work out a way to not necessarily charge people, but to try and get some money back out of it, kind of thing, so we can pay for these things, because like buildings themselves are really expensive. Put it into sort of simple terms, the first event we paid about 250 quid for. Oh, that's going to the back. Oh. Put into perspective, the first event, it cost us about £250 to rent the whole thing for the day. I think it's £250, £300, something like that. And that was okay when there's like 6 of us. It's great. Now it's getting to a stage where there's only 2 of us, and I've offered, we'll see what happens in the future, kind of thing, of whether we can actually afford to do it ourselves. But with the fact we've got this support from Portsmouth Guildhall to do this event, and have that like financial backing to be able to put on more stuff and be able to pay for more people to come to the event itself, I think it gives us a massive opportunity to make this a massive event. Patrick's got some excellent connections. I've got my own personal decent connections across the country, especially Nintendo based, of course. But I just think we could do something really fantastic with this event, and I'm hoping it just leads to better things. But that being said, I don't mind if it doesn't. If this ends up being the biggest event we've ever done, and that's it, fine. I tell you, this last Southampton Game Fest, I was sort of considering retiring from running gaming events altogether, because I've done so many in the last 5 to 10 years, I suppose, with Southampton, Street Pass Southampton originally. We did lots of events with myself and Neil Maker. Great, thanks Neil. We did lots of events together, doing Nintendo events. I remember when Mario Kart 8 first came out on the Wii U. We did a massive event for that in Orange Rooms, and it was probably one of the best events I think we've ever put on for that. We also did. I was quite proud that I did one in the cinema down Ocean Village, Harbour Lights Cinema. I did a Smash Bros event in there, which was really weird. But again, that didn't we couldn't fund it in the end, and it was starting to get to the stage where we just weren't having as much fun with it and things like that. So it just, things fizzle out after a while, and unfortunately, so Street Pass Southampton, Nintendo Players Southampton is basically dead. I mean, I've always got this hope that I could bring it back and say, let's do a Nintendo event, and I spoke to Patrick a few times recently saying we may do a small event for Nintendo Players Southampton, and I've asked Neil for permission, because it's still technically his event, his baby kind of thing, and though I've sort of took over a little bit of it and I did a few small events and things like that, I just never really had as much fun with it doing it on my own, bar a few people like this friend like Sam from the podcast, Sam Bright Barnes, and Jason and Joe, Mickey, like you guys. I've really enjoyed doing Street Pass stuff for you guys. Everyone else as well, I've probably forgotten those names, but it's one of those things, unfortunately. But yeah, in terms of Southampton Game Fest, we've decided to pause it for now. It's not going away yet. I promise you, we will definitely be doing an event for Southampton Game Fest, but not this year. Because this event is so huge for us, all our creativity and everything is going to be going straight into this developing of this event, this Portsmouth Guildhall P1-G event. Southampton Game Fest, like I said, it takes time to sort of plan it out, work out where we can go, what sort of buildings we can use, what space we have, tables, things like that. And it's like, you got to make sure everyone's happy to come along as well. I think last Game Fest we had, I think, 5 dropouts on the day as well. So we had a good like 20-25 different developers and shops and things on, and a few of them let us down last minute, which is always frustrating, but it happens. We can't help it, unfortunately. But yeah, it's one of those. I just think I would love to say that I would love to continue doing Southampton Game Fest. I'd love it to be a big thing that promotes Southampton, the city itself, promotes gaming in the city, promotes the indie developers in the city, and around Hampshire. This is the reason why we did Southampton Game Fest, and the reason why I did Southampton Game Fest. So, but yeah, I just think it's just that is career opportunities for ourselves and things like that. So I'm being honest with you guys. You know, at the end of the day, I've got nothing but honesty for this sort of event, and the success we've had with it is just having people come through the door and with smiling faces every day for each of these Southampton Game Fest. It's been fantastic. We've met some great people over the years who've helped support the event and helped support us in general. We've also met lots of other people, and we've done little events before in the background. We've supported the indie gaming scene in Southampton, with me and Patrick regularly attending events and trying to promote that scene a bit more. That's starting to pick up really well. The last few events we've had about 30 plus people turn up to, so really going somewhere with that, and really looking forward to seeing how that grows and gets bigger. There's a lot of great like smaller developers in both the universities in Southampton and across the sort of city itself, so I'm really looking forward to seeing what we can do to promote that going forward. It's frustrating to me that we're stopping Southampton Game Fest for now. I would love to say I'd love to do an event now. I'd love to do it next day if I had to. I would, but it's just, you need time, you need money, you need support, and at the moment we just can't commit to it. That's the problem. That is the problem. I think we're going to go for the Portsmouth Guildhall event in October, 5th and 6th. So you can get your tickets now on P1G.com. So P1-G.com. All on there. All tickets available now. If I just do a quick click. So you can pay for 2 days, or you can pay for like separate days. So let's do separate days first. Separate days, a full price adult ticket is £16 each, which is a little bit more than Southampton Game Fest, which is kind of, I appreciate it is a little bit more. Some people don't necessarily want to pay as much more. However, there's concession tickets. So if you are a student, OAP, military, NHS forces, stuff like that, you can get a slightly cheaper ticket at £10. So I know a lot of the student community within Portsmouth and Southampton would be interested in this event. So it's actually cheaper than the previous ticket for our events. So you know, it's not too bad. It could be worth. And if you have younger siblings coming along as well, so under 14 tickets, £8 each for the day, and under 5s getting for free with a paid ticket, so a paid adult ticket, like we did for the previous event. So just have a look at ticket prices. I just noticed that for some reason the student tickets weekend one costs more than the 2 days. So I don't think that is actually right at the moment. So I will double check that, and I will make sure that gets updated before within the next couple of days. So I'd say hold off on buying tickets until tomorrow, maybe the week up, maybe the end of this week. So apologies for that. I will double check ticket prices are correct before I try and convince you to buy tickets. So I'll have to double check with what that's going on there, but unfortunately that's incorrect at the moment. So I'll come back to that another time. What do we expect for P1G? Wow, this is the thing. We don't really know what to expect from P1G at the moment. I think we've just got such a nice place to be at the moment that we can basically commit to any company we want to come to the event. And when I say any company, I don't mean we can go to the big guys and say, come bring your games to us. You can't suddenly have, we can't have like Nintendo, Xbox and PS4 teams suddenly turning up, but we may get some of the bigger indie teams be able to come down to help us set some things up. We're looking into VR again, because VR was very popular at the last Southampton Game Fest, so that will definitely be coming back, I'm sure. Talking about doing another retro zone, because retro again is still very popular in the cities, and it seems to be like a growing thing for retro gaming coming back into the scene now, and everyone seems to be back into playing the original games. And playing Tetris this week on Battle Royale Tetris, craziest idea ever. It works so well. It's so brilliant. So other things to think about is like location wise, because it's in Portsmouth. That's the first thing that's going to worry me, is how many people from Southampton will be travelling down to Portsmouth. It's only £10 on the train return, so if you did just want to come down for the day, just do that. Get a £10 ticket on the train. It's the easiest way, and it's right. The Guildhall is right by the station anyway. It's closest to the Southsea station, and it is from the other one. So we can adjust that, and we'll let you know on the time. So if you do fancy coming from Southampton for the day to come to the event, please do get the train, or you can go literally by car. There's plenty of parking spaces around. I say that, but we've got to be careful with how many spaces we are for ourselves and things like that. So it's really very early days until we can sort of decide on that. But I would suggest coming down by train if you can do it, because it'd be easier for everyone all around. In terms of other things, I'm definitely going to bring in loads of Nintendo games. I've got lots of extra consoles and things to play now. I had Spider-Man set up for the last Southampton Game Fest, and it seems to go down pretty well. I don't know what other games are coming out for PS4 around October. I'm going to have to look into that. Xbox as well. What I did for Southampton Game Fest with my own Xbox was just literally leave it on free play, let everyone else play whatever game they want was on there. Because I've got a good 100 plus games on my Xbox personally. I know Patrick's got probably got the same on his, and we had such a different variety of games playing there. It just seems like a fantastic sort of thing there to just let everyone play whatever game they want. There's such a good list. I think Dragon Ball Fighters was definitely a very popular one when it was, because it was literally just come out a few weeks beforehand. I'll look at some other fighting games. I'll look at some other more multiplayer games, I think, in general. Maybe we'll look at some classic consoles as well. I know Dreamcast was quite popular for Southampton Game Fest. Tom trying to bring it down for us. Thanks, Tom. But yeah, just if there's anything you really want specifically from P1-G event, please let us know in the comments boxes. We keep posting posts out all the time. In the Discord page, which I'll leave a link for in this description of this video, because I've been sort of slowly trying to build that Discord page for South Hampshire Gaming Hub. If you're not sure what a Discord is, it's basically a server for you can do chats and text chat on there. You can do video and voice calls or things like that. But it's quite a nice little community area hub thing where you can just sort of join with people, join random chat rooms, and just play a few games together. We haven't really played any games together on there yet, so that's the next thing I need to try and install. Use our sort of audience and try and maybe play a few games together. I've been thinking about this the last few weeks about doing a Halo 3 night, which sounds crazy, but I really love Halo 3, and it's probably one of my best, my favourite shoot 'em up games ever. And I think I was just thinking about doing a one night off thing and see if we can get a few people involved and playing something like that. Or we can play more latest things. If you want to play more latest things, it's just a matter of let me know, let the group know, and we'll definitely be involved in doing some events and doing some online events as well as offline events. Online events as well as offline events. So yeah, we set up my Wii U, as you can see there. The box is there on my phone. Been playing a bit of that the last few weeks. I picked up. I've been playing Advance Wars on that because Wargroove was going on the Switch. And Wargroove's fantastic if you love Advance Wars, Fire Emblem games. Really good pickup for that. It's quite cheap as well, about £18 I think it was. And it also has crossplay with PC, Xbox and Switch. PS4 doesn't have the crossplay yet. Apparently there's something about it them actually inviting people to play games with everyone now, because I think Rocket League is now available for all of the consoles and PCs. So that's good, that's positive. More crossplay is excellent, because I think there's a problem with this sort of community. There's a lot of players playing PC, there's a lot of players that play PS4, there's a lot of players that play Xbox, and a lot of players that play Switch, and not necessarily all together. So maybe we should do a few more group events of people who play on different consoles, so we can all just play together. Maybe Rocket League could be a good one to start off with because of that. I don't know, I'm not really that good at Rocket League. I know it's fairly popular, so we'll see. But yeah, if there's any other games you fancy to do a offline night or online night, just let us know, and we can sort of maybe get together on Discord and have a few chats on there. I'll try and do some maybe like a weekly sort of thing. I'm thinking maybe Sunday evenings seem to be my sort of free time at the moment, so that's good for me. I don't know about you guys, we'll have to maybe talk to you about that. Maybe it's something I'll put out on the Facebook and Twitter pages in the next few weeks. Twitter page, I've only got the Southampton Game Fest, which is Fest Southampton on Twitter. But I will be trying to build a new one for Hampshire Gaming Hub itself, and then I will also be building one for P1-G. But I think P1-G's already got one from the community itself, so maybe we'll do an offshoot of that, like the Hampshire Gaming Hub P1-G event. Maybe we'll do something like that just to promote it a little bit easier for us. Other things to think about. Wow, there's just so much at the moment. Just so much going on. I did a podcast on End Podcast System this week. I'll tell you a story of this one. Basically, me and Matt joined at 8:30 to do a recording of this latest podcast, and he didn't turn up till 9:30. So after so long of talking about other stuff and things, we just talked about the latest Nintendo Direct, which was very interesting. I like these. Some interesting games coming soon. Link's Awakening, is it? I think that was right. Not a game I've ever played. Didn't really like the art style, but it might be something I'll pick up later on in the year. Kind of consider that. There's loads of other games in Direct, and if you want to know more about those games, you can go check it out on Nintendo Podcast System. Yeah, and on that actual video, Matt ended up doing just half the podcast on his own because I literally fell asleep at the desk, so oops. But yeah, unfortunately, the podcast was a little bit rushed because of that, because he had to do the solo podcast and it didn't quite work out how we wanted in a way. So apologies for that if you've already listened and didn't really enjoy it. So I'm afraid that's that. I'm afraid. Yes, so I think that's covered most things about P1-G and Southampton Game Fest. Doing other events. Oh yes, other smaller events. So we're talking about doing Nintendo events, possibly. If there's any other like smaller like venue events you can think of that you'd like to do in the future, just let us know. Shooting Star have been quite excellent in letting us use their space, mainly midweek for them because of course it's been busy on the weekends. But if like during the day, maybe Saturday or Sundays, we can sort of work out a venue to use going forwards. Maybe we can talk to some other communities about getting some bigger events going. I know there's a Smash Bros community in the university which has just started up again. I'm going to try and talk with them and maybe do a joint event with them. Maybe if we fund them to do an event somewhere with us, some things like that. So yeah, if there's like an indie showcase, we'd definitely be doing some more indie work because the guys are so excellent. They're doing stuff at the moment. I'll do a full list of all the indie games that come out in the next year or so from the community. So that should be fun to look out for. But yeah, I think overall, it's been a really crazy time at the moment. I just think personally, career-wise for me, everything's just happened so quickly that I just don't know where to stop. But yeah, I think because of that, I've taken a few weeks sort of break after Christmas, and then I've actually gone and booked a weekend away with 3 friends to Rome, going to Rome for a weekend, so I'm looking forward to that, amongst other things that are going on. But yeah, I think just in general, I think I've just really enjoyed the period of time of rest at the moment, and there's just so many other things I've got going on, health issues and things like that, but that's nothing to worry about. But yeah, it's just it's been great. I've really enjoyed this sort of time in the last few months. I think I just generally feel a bit like happy about things, and just the way that this could go, and if we really push ourselves hard enough, this could be massive for our gaming community, in my opinion. So we'll see how it goes. Thank you so far for all your fantastic support. I think we've hit 300 people going or interested on P1-G's Facebook page event as well. So thank you all. We do really appreciate your support. But yeah, if there's any questions you have, please message us directly on Facebook, on Twitter. My tag is @Gawny7789. Patrick's available at Custard Trout. That's Custard Trout. Weird child. And at Fest Southampton is the main page for Southampton Game Fest things as well. I'm not always on there, so I'll look on there every couple of weeks or so just to make sure it's still alive. So I might try and be a bit more on there. Hampshire Gaming Hub on Discord as well as with the Facebook page. Anywhere with Hampshire Gaming Hub there's a website. There's a website of Southampton Game Fest. There's a website of P1-G. So there's so much to sort of try and bulge in together at the moment. I've just added a new thing to my LinkedIn. I've got a LinkedIn page now, and I've added all the Hampshire Gaming Hub stuff to that, and all the gaming events I've done over the years on there, all the guest slots I've had on podcasts and things like that. So if you wish to connect on there, please get in touch. I'll happily connect on LinkedIn and hopefully get some more people to steal for our event. Come on. I'm joking, of course. But yeah, thanks very much, guys. Hope you really are looking forward to P1-G as much as me and Patrick are, and the rest of the teams. We just hope we can do you all proud, and hope we can all put on a fantastic event for you. But yeah, that's it basically. So cool. I'm off to go play some more Tetris because I'm so obsessed with Tetris 99 at the moment. 5 wins. We're going for it. So yeah. Thank you very much for watching, and I will leave you be. Bye bye. Ciao guys. Thank you very much.